From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, it's hoped a good weekend of weather will help Christchurch fire crews snuff out the Port Hills blaze. Helicopters continue to douse the Port Hills as crews hit the tools with diggers and a bulldozer. The goal is to build a 50-metre edge around the fire's perimeter. A New York judge has ordered Donald Trump to pay around $355 million in a landmark civil fraud trial. The former president and his sons Donald Jr. and Eric have been found to have massively inflated Trump Organization property values to secure more favourable loans. Trump has also been banned from doing business in New York for 3 years, both sons barred for 2. CNN's Paula Reid says an independent monitor will continue to oversee the company's business practices.
That person will continue to be in place for another 3 years, and then the judge says that the company has to pay out of its own pocket for an independent director of compliance.
Trump's lawyer says they will appeal. US President Joe Biden says the Russian president is responsible for Alexei Navalny's death. The popular Russian opposition leader died after collapsing in prison. He was an outspoken critic of Vladimir Putin, and Biden says his death was Putin's doing.
What has happened to Navalny is yet more proof of Putin's brutality. Putin does not only target his citizens of other countries, he also inflicts terrible crimes on his own people.
France and Ukraine have signed a bilateral security agreement, including pledges from Paris to deliver more arms and trained soldiers to help the country in its war against Russia. The French presidency said the accord, signed by Emmanuel Macron and his counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky, includes the pledge by France to provide for up to €3 billion in additional military support to Ukraine in 2024. In the agreement, which followed similar deals Kiev has reached with Britain and Germany, France also pledges to provide more military equipment, in particular for air defence. That's news. In sport, the Sydney Roosters New Zealand dummy half Brandon Smith faces a nervous wait to see if he'll be on the plane to Las Vegas for the NRL's historic season-opening doubleheader. Smith took a knock to the head in the Māori All-Stars 22-14 loss to the Indigenous All-Stars in Townsville. Blues assistant coach Jason O'Halloran is on medical leave with no set date for his return to the club. Tony Brown will join the Blues in a short-term consultancy role from next week, while O'Halloran works through the personal medical issue related to his diabetes. New Zealand cricketer Kyle Jamieson is out of cricket until at least next summer after developing a new stress fracture in his back. The New Zealand Breakers are up for the fight, regardless of who they draw in the Australian NBL playoffs. The Breakers have one more regular season contest against Adelaide on the road tomorrow, with that result determining if they finish 4th, 5th or 6th. That's sport. I'm Sandy Hodge.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.